Hey guys, coldbrew here. Welcome back to the Cursed City in Raid. All right, guys, don't stress too much about the Cursed City. I'll go over it in the video today, but I just wanted to make this one for you guys, for people who are going into this new content. I know it's exciting. I gotta get your vault champions out, start leveling them up, getting them ready to go. But take pace. There's no need to stress about it. I know there's videos out there already about the right path that you need to follow. There's no right path. I'm gonna say it from now. There's no right path that you need to follow. There's no right decision or wrong on where you want to go. What the right decision is based on your account, where your account is at the moment. And what do I mean by that? My account at the moment has no challenge left pretty much in the game, okay? The only challenge is just getting more damage, let's say in the clan boss if I wanted to, more damage in the Hydra if I wanted to, or pushing PvP, finishing off my Great Hole and all of that. That is the challenge I have on my account. Because I've been playing for so long and I have so many champions leveled up already and ready to go with awakenings. Your account is different and this new content will challenge that. The new content will challenge your account in terms of the requirements that you have, very similar to the way that the secret rooms are. But the Doom Tower, but the Cursed City is not like that, guys. It's not like the Doom Tower. You have multiple decisions to make throughout, and those decisions give you different one-time rewards. So there's no stress on where to go like it would be with the Doom Tower. With the Doom Tower, you have the stress of, okay, I need to go and start beating on Dark Fae on hard mode as soon as possible. And why do you do that on Doom Tower? Because as soon as you beat her, you're able to start farming for her using your multi-battles and using that, you know, all that farming that you're doing to actually forge new items. For the Cursed City, it doesn't work like that. Any battle that you'll do will have a one-time reward, and that's it. So anything you invest to beat a specific stage will be a sunk cost. What does that mean? It basically means you'll, I hope I explained it correctly, but it will mean that you've done it for that one-time reward and it's gone, and you might regret it later on because maybe you invested more than you should have. And what should you do for the Cursed City? Well, it depends on your account, as I started saying in before, meaning if you have other areas in the game where you need to be focusing, maybe you should focus on developing those heroes first. Let's say your clan boss, make that team better, and then work on your other areas of the game that you want to focus, maybe even the Doom Tower, which I've mentioned, to farm the forge sets that you acquire from the Doom Tower, and then come back to the Cursed City. And while that is happening, in the meantime, you can farm the little small stages that are in between each one, as long as you fit the requirements right here, which is, let's say, the specific factions needed by every single one of the stages. Every single one of them will require something else, okay? And especially at the awakening stages, they will require a deep dive into what kind of awakenings you have already on your heroes. So maybe Iron Twins will be something that you need to push for the future. But remember, you don't need to beat the whole thing to even try and attempt the new boss. And with that being said, there are some right paths that you can do if you can, and prioritize those instead of anything else. And what do I mean by that? This stage is a very solid example, which I haven't done because my priority right now as a content creator is to go and beat each and every stage that provides keys. I need 3 keys to unlock the new boss and actually do it on the live servers instead of the test server. So what I'll do by that is I'll try to push right here on day 2. I came to this point. Day 3, I should be able to pick up the new key from these 2 new bosses there. And then on day 3, I'll continue on with a few stages here. But day 4 or day 5, maybe I'll be able to pick up the final 3rd key and start attempting the boss, okay? So that is my goal as a content creator. So the keys are first. But you guys, you should be focused on this thing right here, which is the forge material needed to craft mythical items. This is the key thing in terms of new account progression and upgrading your gear. Imagine getting a mythical item for the perception set. This will be the way to get that, right? The mythical perception will be available throughout the one, or even better, saving it for mythical lethal gear set. The one I've mentioned from Dark Fae, yes, that is a very strong set that you will be getting in the future. Following that up, following the mythical forge material right there is the mythical ores, which again you'll find in some specific stages, and it's these red ones right there. As you can see them, these are the red ones that you can start farming. If you're able to beat these specific stages, then great, you'll be able to pick up these ones. These also provide some gear, which is the next one I wanted to say of, okay, look out for the stages which provide gear, which is the 2 new sets. Those can actually be very helpful for you, and do not be quick on the trigger to sell them if you think it's a bad set, because always remember you can use chaos ores on even the new sets to reset them, as long as they're not mythicals, which is very difficult to get the mythicals ores so far. As long as they're not mythical, you should be okay. But I don't think you can get mythical of the new sets just yet. At least me personally, I only got legend up to a legendary so far, with the only 2 days of getting one-time rewards. And all of these are, again, they are one-time rewards. There's no right path to choose. There's no, you know, a way to save resources or anything like that. Every single stage will challenge your account in terms of the different requirements. Do you have Sacred Order, Dark Elves, or what is this one? Night Revenant at rare and epic difficulty level, rare and epic rarity, leveled up and ready to go to beat level 170 enemies? If yes, then you should be okay. If no, you might want to go back and check it. But remember, what I also wanted to say is that you don't need to fully upgrade your champions. If you remember, you know, faction wars, if you've done your faction wars so far, you might remember that these faction wars challenges do not require you to have a full team with masteries. Maybe level 60s, but not all of them. You can slowly push these with level 50s, with stun sets, use those to your advantage. There's no energy requirements, and this works the same way here in the Cursed City. You don't need to build a full team with the leveled up heroes to 60, with masteries, with, you know, awakenings to beat these stages. Awakenings are required only for these red stages, the awakened stages, which they also state on how many stars they need. So look at mine. Look at mine by the way. Look at this. I have 4 stars there, and another 2, and another 2. That's 6. 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. I barely can get through this stage with the awakenings I have. That is, I just noticed it. So even like if I find another stage like this one where I don't have the awakenings, I'm in trouble, guys, because I won't be able to complete the whole thing from the first month. So I'll have to work on it. And if you don't complete the whole thing, you won't get this, the 40 cursed candles. This is huge. This is for beating every single one of the 100 stages plus the boss, which is considered stage 101. So it's a work in progress. There's no rushing this one. It's not PvP. There's no repeating these stages for any reason. Like, I've beaten these bosses today. There's no reason for me to go in there again, even for content, honestly. Given that many accounts out there, the accounts will be different, I will be maybe making different videos in the future on how to beat these. But some of these bosses are very low level, especially in the coldbrew market. They are very low level. So at least for the majority of accounts out there, this will not be a challenge for them. So like this one, just full on auto. I'm not even trying to do anything, and the boss will go down. Just put in an HP burn champion in there. Even Rotos is gonna work. Rotos could solo the whole thing, by the way, if I wanted to. So I'm not really struggling in any of these stages. But what you want to have in mind is the right decision for you might not be the right decision for the person that might be making a video for you. So have that in mind, and don't think too much about it. There's no right path. That was the video basically that I wanted to make. As long as you're okay with progressing through and picking up the one-time rewards for the month, then it's totally fine. These things, forgot the name, this new thing that equals to like a primal summon, a little bit better than a primal summon, can get you a void epic or an epic or even a mythical. These are cool, but if you clear the whole thing, that is 2 summons worth. So again, don't stress too much about these. The energy stages, the energy stages are something that you can actually keep and save to clear at a later date. The reason I say this is the basic free-to-play advice I always give, that if you can get some energy and have it available for a future date, then save it. Don't pick it up immediately, because that you can use it during a fusion and then be more efficient with your energy. But if you're somebody like me, who I don't care so much about it anymore, I have over my limited amount of energy, so I would pick it up anyway. But that is like a very small tip to have in mind. The Cursed City is a ton of fun. It's a ton of fun in terms of, in my eyes, I see it as multiple different secret rooms. The bosses look to be interesting. It's very cool looking at every single stage when I click on them and I go, okay, wait a minute, I have to use these champions. Okay, what combination am I using? Do I have gear on them? Getting them out of the vault, equipping them with my C and D type gear. And what I mean by that is the gear that I no longer need on my good champions. I start equipping them on those. And if I have them equipped already, I have to double check, all right, do they have full gear sets on them? Do they have speed boots, stuff like that? I have to double check it. The stages themselves are not that hard. They will get harder right here for the Soul Cross, but until that time, it's going to take us a few days. To clear the whole thing, I think it's 12.5 days, but no half, so 13 days worth of this to clear the whole thing, which is everybody's doing the hard version. I'm guessing on day 1 and 2, and they're continuing with that. And eventually, once they clear the whole thing, they'll be able to go on normal, right? Once they do 100 stages, they'll start going on normal and beating those. So with all of this in mind, just take your time and strategize in terms of the champion development and what you want to be doing. Also trying to pair it with other events such as the fusion. Let's say there's champion training. Again, work on champion training for specific champions that you have that you might need to push for Cintranos. If not, then work on other champions. But the priorities in this game, especially for newer accounts, will not be, even if you're level 52, don't think that this is where you need to prioritize. Clan boss is number 1, I would say, for the free rewards every single day. Doom Tower is nice, but it's difficult. Faction Wars is nice, but it's again difficult. It will challenge you a lot. And Arena is something that you always need to be doing, but it's not like you'll have to build a very specific team for Arena. If you have something already, it can work. And it's all about farming and using a one-person defense. So these are just general tips that I'm giving at this point. But the Cursed City overall, very, very solid. I think 95% of the community reacts positively to this one. And I think I read somewhere, was it on Reddit? I think somebody on Reddit said if they had added shards here, I think that's what they said. If they've added shards in the rewards, this would have been the best content ever. But there is some shards, but these are for the very long-term rewards. Remember, it's going to take the minimum 5 months to pick up the new mythical Carnage. Who is worth it, by the way. He's worth the trouble, but it's not like Lydia. It's even harder. It's going to be even harder than getting Lydia. It's going to require you to get awakenings. It's going to require you to get new heroes leveled up, new combinations, beating the Fire Knight boss. It's challenging, especially Sand Devil, when you're gonna be limited to how am I gonna do this without any sleep? I don't know. You're gonna be limited to Sacred Order, Ogrins, and the Lizards, which I guess the Lizards, if you have the Lizard dude that sleeps, then you're pretty much good to go. I wonder if they're gonna be doing summoning events, summoning 10x's and 15x's for champions that have these specific skill sets, such as, where is he? Jaguar, like very, very well known for Sand Devil. Anyway, guys, this was the video. Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.